the Squibbs tonight. Very exciting to see you all. I love that you dressed up tonight, Richard, for the occasion.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for this, I thought I'd get dressed up.
First question first. Fletch, what was for dinner tonight?
We had stir fry.
Nice.
Satay chicken stir fry.
Satay chicken stir fry. Sounds good. And who made that?
Nana.
Nana. Oh, that's lovely. So Fletch, this is your first year of high school, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How's that going for you?
Pretty good. We have to do it in online though, so it's much more difficult than it should be.
Oh my goodness. And do you even know your teachers?
Yeah, because we've been to school at some bits.
Yeah. Yeah. And so do mum and dad have to teach you at home, or are you just getting on with it yourself?
Get on with it myself, because
Dad
usually goes to work.
Yep.
Yeah, go to work.
Nice. And Jemimah, what have you been doing at home to keep yourself busy? You got any hobbies or anything?
Well, I did some baking and crafts, and my nana taught me how to knit.
Oh my goodness! You've been busy. And tell me.
And I made stop motions and Barbie videos with my Barbies and dolls.
Oh, really? Goodness, you're a filmmaker. I'll have to tell Corey. He's a filmmaker too. I'll tell him you're coming after him.
Yeah, friendship. Yeah.
Listen, what have you been baking?
Well, I made some cookies, and we made marshmallow slice.
Yeah.
And pizza. Well, that was
Pizza
Fletch, but
Fletch made those.
And Fletch made a mug cake.
Oh yeah, mug cake.
Oh, I found this recipe online. It's a mug cake, which is just like you make it in a mug, and it's really easy. And now we have them like all the time.
Yes.
That's the kind of baking I need to do. I'm not a very good baker. I think I could cope with a cake in a mug. That sounds really good. Have you got anything you want to show us today?
Yeah, I got some of my artwork, but it might be hard to see.
It might be hard to see, but let's see. Let's see.
No, Mum, you can do it.
There you hold it.
Oh wow! Can you explain it to us?
This is a hand, and this is a hand, so it's like that, and this is the world.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow. It's almost like, is it God? He's got the whole world in his hands?
Yeah.
I love that, Jemimah. That is beautiful. What a talent. I knew you were musical. I didn't know that you could draw like that. And so you guys, obviously you're a really musical family. Have you been getting lots of practice in, Fletch?
Yep. Every day.
Every day. How long do you practice every day?
How long would you say?
40 minutes piano?
Yeah, 40 minutes piano, half an hour.
But when we have lesson, it's longer.
It's different.
Because we used to have lessons with our teacher, but then because we can't really go see her, that Dad just does it for us.
So this term's been Dad teaching music to the so I can't wait for lockdown to end.
Have you been enjoying that, Fletch, having Dad teach you?
We've definitely improved better.
That's what Dad said.
But I wonder if you're as grumpy with your old teacher as you are with Dad.
I'm pretty sure their old piano teacher never got as much attitude as this
Okay. Yeah.
She's very very soft and
She's very gentle.
Gentle. Yeah. Oh, well, that's an interesting experience that you'll always remember. And Briony, I've been looking forward to this chat because I know that we have a couple of shared loves, namely Jeff Goldblum and a lovely cup of tea. I brought a cup of tea with me today, and I thought we might discover today that we've got a bit more in common, and that would be good. Are you a cat person?
She's allergic.
Yes, I would be if I wasn't allergic.
It's a shame.
I appreciate them from a distance. We'll say that.
And Richard, it's so good to see you. The other day when I was preaching to a camera and I was heading to the end of the little message, and I thought it would just be so lovely if Richard would just get up and move to the piano and start playing in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss that. I miss that.
I don't actually play much piano. I haven't.
Yes, you are playing all the time.
No, not as much as I would normally.
Nana plays a lot.
Probably because we're not in our own house, so we're
Okay.
Conscious of noise.
conscious of everyone else around us in the house.
Of
So
course.
living
Yeah.
with my mum as we continue. Hopefully our build is still on track.
What have you guys found difficult during this time?
Not being able to see friends, going out to do stuff that we all love.
And it feels like we've already done everything at home.
I know the feeling. What about you guys at the back?
What's been hard? I think adjusting to the working from home environment, which was a big adjustment. You know, I haven't seen my work colleagues for about 6 months, which I find really hard. Having said that, very, very supportive, workplace. They've done everything they can to try and help us, be happy and healthy from home. But I think then trying to balance that with checking on the kids, and as Richard said, being conscious that we're not in our own home and finding space. That's been difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you work, Briony? I've forgotten.
I work for the Hampton Council.
Oh, that's right. What about you, Richard?
I'm probably one of those few people that actually quite enjoyed the first lockdown. I had nothing on at night, and I didn't have to take kids to music lessons or sports trainings. So I actually really enjoyed that part. But I still had to go to work. So it's been a bit harder this term. Up until last week where I got called into work, I've been going in for the last week and now this week. But up until then, that was a little difficult only because everyone's trying to find a space to work. So I'm trying to teach my class in a space, but these guys had already had a term doing it, so they all had their spaces, and I'm trying to find a space to teach a class. So that was probably a little hard, but I'm grateful that I have a job and that we all, because I know there are lots of people doing a lot harder. So, and I'm conscious of that, but I sort of have enjoyed being forced to just stop.
Yeah. Me too, in some ways, and a little bit more time to think about just life and what it means. What's brought you guys joy, and are there any lessons that you've learned during this time?
Fletcher, probably your Lego, Fletcher.
Yes.
Lego has brought you joy?
Yeah.
Fletcher, you'll have to have a big conversation with Corey about that. He's a big Lego fan.
I've got a giant, I've got a bunch of Harry Potter castle sets, and I've put them together to make the giant whole Hogwarts.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. What about you, Jemimah? What's brought you joy?
I like to play with Jack, the dog.
Oh, okay.
I like to see my friends on Zoom and on FaceTime.
And your cousins?
My cousins. I like going for walks and rides and exercise.
Yeah. It's good to get out, isn't it?
Yeah, and playing on my scooter and skateboard outside.
Yep. What about you guys?
Yeah, it's such a good question, because I think, like Richard said, the situation forced upon you, you have more time to deliberately reflect on things. So you're not as busy. So therefore, you can be more intentional about finding things to address whatever particular thing you're trying to deal with at the time. So I think definitely exercise, as Jemimah said, has been a really, really important thing for all of us, actually. Definitely something that's brought me joy is the ways that people have connected.
Yeah.
So, the church community through work, the school community, just even the local community out walking and the ways people have been creative about intentionally connecting. It's just been really beautiful, actually. Oh, you got something else?
So there's a house that's kind of down the road, and every day there's teddy bears doing something new.
Oh, really? That's
So,
very special.
One time they were camping, and one time they were building a house, and today they and whenever it's got bad weather, it says bad weather for bears and good weather for ducks, and there's ducks everywhere.
Yeah. Do you know what's down my street, Jemimah? There's someone has put out a little sign and it says Spoonville, and then do you have a Spoonville near you? I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
I just saw it today for the first
Well,
time.
We saw them. We saw them like just in like people's front yards, and then they were gone, and we were like, where are they? And when we went down to, because it's near the park, and we saw them, and there was like a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
Oh my
growing.
goodness. Do you think you would be able to take a photo of your spoonbill and put it onto the Salvo's website, and I'll take a photo of our spoonbill and we can compare them? And how have you nourished your soul? Where have you seen God at work in this time?
By hanging out with the youth group on Wednesdays and Fridays, by chatting to them. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good, Fletcher. Yeah, so Andy's leading the youth group at the moment. He's doing a really good job.
Amazing job.
Yeah.
And you've been doing some cooking with them as well, I hear.
Yeah.
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 It was delicious.
Yeah,
Like
so
pasties.
Yeah, we had
And
pasties.
some lemon sorbet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
Really good.
been great watching that happen, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we have the trivia nights,
Oh, yeah. They've been
on
so much fun.
the beach, and we do cahoots. That's fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is fun. And you guys have featured you've been at the top of the table a couple of times.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Really good. What about you, Richard?
I mean, I've enjoyed as a family actually every day either going for a walk or a ride,
Something.
and then I suppose that sense of community, because every time we go for a walk or a ride, we pretty much always see someone
We know.
we know on the footpath,
Yeah.
which is great. But also at work, I've had to, which is just, I'm just as surprised as everyone that I was asked to be on the pastoral care team at work. So I had to
Oh,
ring
wow.
like 50 people and touch base with them. And, you know, you just realise that there are a lot of people, you know, single people living in one bedroom apartments who are at our work, and, you know, being locked down like this is, you know, hard, because for a lot of people their work is a big part of their life. So just to have really good, open and honest conversations and actually checking in, you know, when you're deliberately checking in with them, not just a superficial hi, how you going, which you might see down the street, but actually checking in to see how they're going. And we've had some really great conversations. I've had some really great conversations with some staff.
I think people are more open to actually sharing how they really are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like that being part of that has been good for me. And early on in lockdown, like back in, you know, stage 2, we jumped on and watched a lot of the Saddleback Church Rick Warren stuff. But I reckon, thankfully, you know, like what Campbell's been doing. So we watched that for the first bit, but now the stuff that Campbell produces has been excellent. And we've really enjoyed just the message and you know, the opening up and lockdown, and, you know, like seeing the Smiths last week.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know, seeing some people. So yeah, I've found that really encouraging. And also the other thing is for me is that I try to get out and go for a ride by myself when you're living with everyone on top. So that sort of 40-minute bike ride is that little alone time has been quite good as well.
Well, thank you so much for catching up with us tonight. I have a blessing for you guys, and I chose it especially. So let me share that with you, and you'll know why I've chosen it when we start. May you be filled with the Spirit as you make music and sing spiritual songs together, singing and making melody to the Lord in your hearts, giving thanks to God the Father at all times and for everything in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And then this bit, and be subject to one another out of reverence for Christ. God bless you guys. It's been so good to have a chat tonight and to see your faces. We miss you and we love you.
Yeah, we miss everyone so much too, and it was nice to chat to you. Thanks for asking.